we are interested in the effect of yield changes in bond prices, and actually we use the bond's duration as a first order approximation to find out the effect of the yield changes in the bond prices. Now here the idea is, can we extend the first order approximation to a second order approximation, and therefore we can better approximate the effect of the changes in the yield on the bond prices. And remember what we have learned for the Taylor expansion, and basically we can represent the change in the bond's price in terms of the first derivative times the change in the yield plus the second order term here is coming from the second derivative times 1/2 times we have delta y squared. So this is a Taylor approximation for the change in the bond prices and with respect to the changes in the yield. So we have already discussed that if we divide both sides by b here, so if you have these divisions by b, so the first term here can be represented in terms of the duration as we have done before. So you can write the first term as minus d times delta y, just like before. Now we have an additional term here, which is the second order term, and this time we can define, or first we can take the derivative. So remember that the bond price is given in terms of this CI times the yield, and we are discounting for all these cash flows from 1 to m. So if you differentiate this guy twice with respect to y, what you get is this term here. Okay, so this is the second derivative that you will get, and basically what you have is you divide this by b and you have 1/2 in front, and we can define this whole thing as the convexity of the bond. And if we do this definition, then this whole second order Taylor expansion to find the changes in the bond price can be represented in terms of the first order term, which is given by the duration times the delta change in the yields, plus 1/2 times the convexity, which we are defining here, times the delta y squared. So this is quite useful because now we can obtain a much better approximation, a better accuracy, in order to find out how does the changes in the yield affects the bond prices, which is a very important question, especially for most of the financial institutions such as banks and so on.